Monét Rose. This is the beginning of my YouTube channel, and my YouTube channel is going to be somewhat like an advice column. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to talk to me and to vent to me about things that you wouldn't necessarily be able to talk to someone else about. Now, the way this works is you guys will email me topics or questions or something that you need me to respond to, and I will respond to you here on my YouTube channel. So, I released my email 24 hours ago. The email is Ask.Mo.Mack@gmail.com. Again, the email is Ask.Mo.Mack@gmail.com. Now, you guys email me the questions, and I will be responding on a weekly basis. And if I have some that are similar, then I'll just respond to them all in one lump sum. But the ones that aren't, I will email you a code back to let you know when I'm addressing you, so you know specifically. So, for example, if somebody emailed me about a topic that I haven't got before, I'll email them something simple, a word like maybe flowers, something like that, and I will email them and let them know that whenever I say the word flowers, that means I'm addressing them. So again, their identity stays anonymous, only I know that I'm letting them know that I will be referring to them. So I received 8 emails from the time that I released my email, and one of my topics was this. I rewrote them on index cards so that I don't have to access my computer. So the first topic was, my boyfriend has a bit of a mean streak. What is it that I should do? Now, everybody has a bit of a mean streak. It's not just one person. So you might feel like you don't have a bit of a mean streak, but you could have one and he could feel the same way. So the advice that I would give to you is determine if it's something you feel like dealing with. If you feel like you can deal with and control his temper, then that's something that you have to determine for yourself. Now, when I say control, I mean know what his offsets are. Like, if you know that he hates profanity, then, try not to use profanity in front of him, things like that. But then again, don't change who you are to please somebody else. Remain who you are. Now, if you feel like you're having to change who you are to please him, then it's not worth it. The relationship is becoming toxic, because then it's in your best interest to just leave. You have to keep in mind that you yourself as a person determine what is good for you. Now, if his mean streak is too much, even with you knowing that you're altering certain things to not offset him, you have to make the decision yourself to determine whether or not it's worth it. The next topic I got was, my best friend seems to put her relationship before our friendship. Now, I'm going to address this one by saying, we're all not perfect. In regards to the fact everybody wants love. So it might be a little easier to sit here and say, well, she's putting her boyfriend before me, or he's putting his girlfriend before me. It's a lot easier said than done. But at the end of the day, you can have a best friend and you can have a relationship. But if we're going to be honest, the person you're in a relationship with eventually becomes your best friend. So I would recommend to you that you be more understanding. Understand the fact that your best friend is now in love. Now, if you and your best friend have been best friends for a while and you totally understand that she's just trying to adjust, then that's something different. But you have to determine within yourself if you're just being a little dramatic. Because I know sometimes we all have a bit of a tendency to be dramatic, but take the time to think if you're blowing the situation a little bit out of proportion. If you're blowing the situation out of proportion, then it's not a bad thing to step back. Give your friendship a break because you realize you're getting emotionally invested. So if you decide that you just need a little bit, take some time, give her some time. But before you take time on both ends, explain to her how you feel, or him. Say, I feel like we don't make time for each other anymore. We used to hang out a lot, and you're giving a lot of your time to your significant other. I was just wondering, can we start making plans? Can we start making plans to do something? Can we do the things that we used to do? Maybe go eat at a restaurant or go to a party. Something that me and you used to do together, and maybe just make it me and you. Not me, you, and your significant other. So that's a little bit of advice. Email me back and let me know if that works. If that doesn't work, then we'll determine something else. I have other suggestions, but right now my main suggestion to you is take some time on both ends after you explain to her how you feel. My next one is, will fighting someone prove my point to them? I'm going to have to say no, depending on what the point is. I ask that you email me back and give me the situation more in depth, because I didn't get the situation enough in depth to be able to really give you an honest answer or my honest advice. But I will say to you, fighting does not prove a point. I know from experience, I have been in physical altercations, and the reasons why I have fought are reasons that didn't even stop after we fought. If I'm going to be honest, I fought people to demand respect, and I fought people in an effort to show them that what they were doing was wrong. I couldn't do that. It didn't prove a point. Now, the stories on why I fought will be a situation for another day, another video. But I will go ahead and explain to you that that is something you have to determine within yourself. If you feel like fighting is what's going to stop whatever is going on in your life, then that's a situation that you have to determine. But I personally, the advice I'm giving to you personally is don't fight. It's not worth it. Don't fight. Fighting isn't going to do anything. It's either going to make a situation worse or do nothing to it at all. But I can guarantee you that it will not make it better. Fighting will not make it better. I can guarantee, because 9 times out of 10, when you fight someone, it makes them more angry. Because you have to look at it from both sides. In a fight, there's a winner and there's a loser. In our society, at least. In a fight, there's a winner and a loser. So the winner is going to get praised, and the loser is going to get bullied. Now, if you take the time to determine if you're the winner or you're the loser, then if you're the winner, you're going to be like, yeah, you know, I won the fight, that's all that matters. If you're the loser, you're going to be like, oh, she did this or he did that, and they cheated, they snuck me, something like that, things of that nature. So it comes down to the point that with there always being a winner and a loser in a fight, both of you really end up losing, if we're going to be honest. Because the loser is only going to start talking trash, only going to start doing things to try and make it seem like they should have won, or 9 times out of 10, the loser only wants to fight again. That's usually how it happens. Now, this is my last question, and this right here is what I refer to in my publication, that my topics will be versatile. So whatever anybody emails me about is what I will respond to, no matter what, regardless of fact. So with me being there for young people need to talk to me. If I need to be there for older people or people my age who are in college, I will let my viewers know when it is that the topics are becoming more explicit. Okay, so now we are moving on. So if you are not 17 or older, please cut the video off. And thank you so much for watching. But if you are above the age of 17, I have one particular question for the explicit grown folk. I received it from a young lady. Now, her question is, if you're under 17, you better have turned this video off. How am I supposed to spice up my boyfriend and I's romantic life? Now, I'm not going to put my mind in the gutter and automatically assume that you're talking about somebody rocking, knocking the boots. No. I am going to assume that you're talking about anything. So, my advice, get away. And it doesn't have to be for a whole weekend, doesn't have to be for a whole week, anything like that. Get a hotel room for one night. That's all I say, one night. If your finances are for it, do it. Don't be cooped up in your parents' house or his parents' house or anything like that, because you don't have the chance to really get away, because you're going to have to worry about your mom being around or anything like that. And you don't even have to do it to do sexual activities. You don't have to do that. You can do it just for it to be a chance for you guys to bond with one another. Don't get so worried about getting dolled up and wanting to go out to a fancy dinner or to a movie. Lock yourselves in the hotel room. This is the chance for you guys to be with just the two of you. Nobody else around, nobody interruptions. Don't be worried about Snapchat and trying to flex on Snapchat with your hotel room, which I know y'all be trying to do. Don't worry about Instagram, don't worry about Twitter, don't worry about any of it. Take this time to be with your significant other and bond. because regardless of the fact, there's always something more you can learn about your significant other. My mom and dad have been married for 20 years, and my mom would tell me in a minute, there's still something else that she learns from my dad. It just happens. And when you're in love with somebody, you never can get enough of them, or you shouldn't. So that's my recommendation. Take the time and get a room. Not for just reckless activities, but to be able to bond. Now, if you do want reckless activities, and you are asking me this question about reckless activities in particular, I would say go to Spencer's. Go to Spencer's. I don't know if you know what that is, but Google it. They have a website. Go to Spencer's. They have all the things that you need for your sexual activities, but make sure it's what you want to do. Don't just do it because you feel like it's what he wants to do. Make sure you want to do it too. Now, that's my honest recommendation. Again, if you're looking for more detailed advice, email me the specifics and details about what is making you ask me this question in the first place, so therefore I can give you broader advice. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys subscribe and continue to email me for advice.